Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. Oscar De La Hoya comments on UFC 306 just happening to be on the same night as a Canelo Alvarez fight. Seems like that Oscar De La Hoya is picking a side here, and he is allegedly picking to watch the UFC instead of the Canelo fight. I question the reasoning behind that. Before getting started in this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. There is Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer, which in all honesty, I did not get the privilege to watch many Oscar De La Hoya fights, but from what I hear, Oscar De La Hoya was one of the best fighters of his generation in the weight classes that he's fought in. He's fought Manny Pacquiao. He's fought Floyd Money Mayweather. If I'm not mistaken, those were his two last fights. So that being said, Oscar De La Hoya, the boxer, is very, very different from Oscar De La Hoya outside of the boxing ring. Outside of the boxing ring, obviously, Oscar De La Hoya has had his controversies. He is a kind of person that will provoke responses. I say that about certain fighters. Some fighters have the ability to provoke responses. Oscar De La Hoya happens to be one of those guys. I don't mean to bash the guy, and I'm not really giving Oscar De La Hoya outside of the ring any sort of praise. I'm not bashing him either. I'm just saying some of his takes are controversial, to say the least. Sometimes those takes, I don't think he realizes how it makes him look. Obviously, he's weighed in on the fact that, UFC 306 is going to happen same night as a Canelo Alvarez. I'm not sure whose idea this was. The best thing to do for the UFC, I think, during those times, probably to postpone the event or have a regular fight card or what have you. But I'm very interested to see how this is going to break down. That being said, obviously Oscar De La Hoya, as I mentioned earlier in this video, claims that he's going to be tuned in to watch UFC 306 instead of the Canelo Alvarez fight. That's very interesting, coming from a guy that loves boxing. And if I'm not mistaken, he was in charge of promotion or some kind of management role for Canelo Alvarez at some point. And I know there's been a lot of back and forth between Canelo Alvarez and obviously Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is no short in opinion. Canelo Alvarez seems to ignore most of it, but in all honesty, the comments, they just don't look too good from Oscar. And it's clear that he is trying to provoke responses. He's trying to rub Canelo off the wrong way. And I don't think really Canelo cares much, in all honesty. Canelo is the best boxer on the planet, regardless of weight class. Active fighter, that is, right now. Canelo is perhaps the biggest name in boxing, the biggest draw in boxing. Canelo can do whatever he wants. After all, I mean, I don't see why Canelo Alvarez has to postpone his fight. He's always used to fighting around the same time every year. Canelo Alvarez has his certain fan base, and that fan base is going to be tuned into Canelo Alvarez no matter who's fighting on the same night. We could have John Jones, Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler. We can have Israel Adesanya all on the same card, and it wouldn't matter. A Canelo fan is going to be tuned into a Canelo Alvarez fight. That's just how it works. Obviously, Oscar De La Hoya chimed in, says he's going to be tuned in to UFC. I know I will. Hopefully it's going to end around the same time the main event starts for the Canelo fight. So then that way we can at least watch some of the fight, for that Canelo fight. maybe the latter stages, like the second half of the fight or something. Hopefully, the main event. Over at UFC 306. Hopefully the whole card has a lot of knockouts. I don't really wish people to get knocked out. So then that way we can catch the Canelo fight too. I mean, fight fans love fights. This is what it is. It's really not, there's not much tribalism going on here. But in all honesty, boxing fans, they're a bit too bougie at times. Boxers are as well. I don't mean any disrespect, but, hopefully us as combat sports fans get to watch both Canelo and the Dilashvili O'Malley main event without really missing much. And for Oscar De La Hoya, I don't know. I have questions. I think secretly he's going to be tuned in, or at least has one of the screens on the Canelo fight. I don't know. I think at this point, Oscar De La Hoya should just drop it. Just let it go. It doesn't manage the guy or doesn't do any promotion or what have you for the guy anymore. And it just doesn't look too good for Oscar. In all honesty, he is at an age where, it's just unacceptable. In all honesty, these kind of shenanigans, it's beyond him. It should be at least. And just to give people their credit when credit's due. That's all we ask. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.